Hello and welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage. Today we have another new car to the channel, a very nice Mercedes. You will have seen in the thumbnail an A200d premium, very nice car. The insides of these are stunning. It's got the long digital display just screen that goes halfway along the dash. I will show you at some point. And it's a bit of a weird one, this one. Listed as Cat N, engine fault, no drive. That's what this car was listed as. So definitely an insurance car as well. So physically on the outside, other than a little bit of wear and tear, there's not a mark on it. I've just seen a little dent actually, car part didn't. But yeah, mechanical by the looks of it. So I've had a little bit of a look around it. We're going to do the same again now, and I'll show you what I found, and we're going to go from there. All right. So let's look at the actual car. It's a stunning car. 2019 AMG pack. Like I said, it's the premium edition, so the really nice interior. There's no power to the car at the moment, but look at that. Lovely seats. It's a really nice car actually. I'm very fond of this car. This has been bought on behalf of a friend's son, so it won't be up for sale. But yeah, really nice car. Black, obviously. I'm not going to lie and tell you I know everything about these cars, because I don't. All I can tell you is that it's nice, looks good. Good decent condition. I'm going to have a bit of a polish there, innit? Yeah. So if we rush, obviously we'll just finish walking around it. There's nothing wrong inside. No airbags, nothing like that. No physical damage outside. Couple of marks, like I said, where they've been moving it around in the salvage yard. It's, like I say, it's an A200d, 55,000 miles. And if we look on the window here, it says insurance starts, no drive, engine fault. PEP just means to know that the personal information on the computer has been cleared, and that. So this turned up, or should I say, I went to pick this up last week. Now obviously they've ran it in the yard. The picture showed it running, it was idling perfect. There were no lights on the dash, nothing, no engine warning light or anything. So I got it back. Before I took it off trailer, I did start it up just briefly, and it was like, there was like a vibration. A bit like when a car runs on 3 cylinders when it should be 4. But also very much like a dead dual mass flywheel. That kind of vibration. I turned it off pretty much. I tried to move it. It went into gear, or it says it went into gear, but nothing at all. They're autos, these, by the way. This is the 8-speed. They are a dual clutch as well, 8-speed dual clutch this. So put it in gear, nothing happened, right? So shut it all down. I put it on the ramp, and I decided to have a look underneath it. So I'll lift it up now, and I'll show you what I found. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's an interesting one. It's a strange one. I'll lift it up and we'll come back, have a look. Right, we're in the air. So I lifted it up, and I noticed straight away, this is the underpan. It had some oil on it, and I'm not talking engine oil, I'm talking gearbox oil. Okay. So I saw that, I took the underplate off, and what I found was, this is obviously your gearbox. This plastic housing here houses your gearbox oil filters. Okay. Now obviously this one's not on. That's because I've removed it, and reason being it's here is because it had a hole in the bottom of it. So obviously that's in there, in that hole. There's a big hole in the bottom of it, and obviously there's no gearbox oil in the gearbox, right? Which is obviously why it doesn't drive. Now obviously I don't believe that this is the cause of it being in salvage. I think what's happened, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, obviously you got an underpan on. Has something been stuck between the underpan and that filter, and then when they've gone to pick it up, it's obviously pressed whatever that object was against and pierced a hole when they've been carrying it around at salvage yard, because like I'm sure you all know, they pick them up with forklift trucks, carry them around. I don't really know. And as the reason it's gone to salvage because of this vibration, which, like I said, to me, it sounds like a dual mass. Again, could be wrong, because as far as I'm aware, these dual clutches, they're basically a manual gearbox electronically shifted. So in here there is still going to be some type of clutch plate and dual mass flywheel. But there's also, I don't know if that's reminiscence of oil that's come out of here, or whether it's come out of the bell housing, which obviously is where your clutch and flywheel is. So yeah, it's a weird one, this one. I don't believe there's an issue with the engine. The vibration to me, like I said, is very, very similar to what I would expect to feel from a dead dual mass flywheel. So what I decided was, now this was last week when this came, what I decided was, the first step obviously is to put some oil in this gearbox and see what happens, because we need to know if we've got a dead gearbox as well at this point. I don't think it's been driven or tried to drive with no oil. I don't know. We just don't know. There's nothing to tell us anywhere why this car was written off. I've done a HPI check. It's only got the one of write-off, but it doesn't give you any details of why it was written off. So what I've done is, and I've waited like 5 days for this lot, even though it said next day delivery. I don't know what happened last week, the postage. I ordered a gearbox service kit from Nissan, not Nissan, this isn't a Nissan, from Mercedes. It comes from Mercedes in Newcastle, funnily enough, because I wanted to make sure I had everything. So we've got the exact correct oil, 236.22, which is what these newer 8-speed dual clutches take, and we've got all of the filters and all the hardware, everything, all new seals, everything here, and that all came out to £138, which I didn't think were too bad, really. I didn't think were too bad. So what I want to do today right now is basically do an oil change on the gearbox. It's not quite as simple as a normal manual. Obviously you drain it and refill it the same, but then there is procedures to do with diagnostics equipment to check the level and stuff from within the car. Now I have got it all printed out here, all the instructions of what you're supposed to do. So that's good. 5.5 litres, shows me the refill points, the drain points. We don't need to drain it, it's empty. But you get the gist. So that is what we're going to do right now, and we're going to see if that makes any difference. To see, like, I don't want to run it anymore knowing that there's no oil in this gearbox, so we've got to fill it. But I think we're going to be taking this gearbox out. Worst case, to replace the gearbox. Best case scenario, to replace clutch and dual mass flywheel or whatever's in there. Like I said, I'm no expert on these things. It's only what I've tried to research. There is probably lots of differences between a normal manual and this dual clutch, but the basis of it, as far as I understand, is It's very similar to a manual gearbox, but electronically shifted. So, we'll get a camera set up, and we're just going to swap over these new filters, get them fit, drop the car, find the refill port, get the oil in it, and yeah, see where we go from there. Talking about filters, this old one, there is nothing in the actual filter, like metal scrapings or anything like that. So I'm kind of hoping there is no damage to the gearbox, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we'll have a little look. I took off a little inspection hole up there, and you can see the gears inside. I mean, yeah, there's only a little bit we can see, but what we can see looks perfectly fine. But yeah, only way it's going to be to put some oil in it and see. But at least then we can start it up, and we know we're not doing any more damage. That's already been done, as long as there's oil in it. So let's make a start. Okay, we're finished underneath. All filters are in place. I've located the refill port. I'll try to show it you. Obviously, for that black tube, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. You can just see it there, can't you? On top of the plastic housing, little black tubes going into it. That's the refill port. And the bung is that. That's what would be in it. Bit hard to get it out. I did it by just removing this one intake pipe, which is up there. And I've built this contraption here. Hopefully that will allow a decent amount of flow through it. And not take forever, because there's 5.5 litres to put in here. Yeah, so it's all been cleaned out, this tube as well, just to make sure there's no rubbish or anything getting in there. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll put that there so I can see, and we'll go with this 1 litre first. It's a bit easier to hold. Need to open it up. I'm going to put you on a stand, then I've got 2 hands just in case we have a disaster. Alright, let's see what happens here. Fingers crossed it doesn't come straight back out the bottom, which it shouldn't, because all our filters are in place. Oh, gearbox oil smells really bad. Right. Going down fast. Yeah. I think we've got a success here. That's 1 litre. None of the tubes leaking. Nothing leaking from where it's going in to the tank, to the gearbox. Nothing coming out underneath. Alright, so another 4.5 litres of that, and we're at the point where we need to start this again. And yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what is going to happen here. So I'll continue now with this. So if I had 5, I had 6, so yeah, 500ml left in this will be 5.5. Yeah, one last check, make sure nothing, because I don't have any spare. Well, I have half a litre spare, but I can hear rain dripping outside. There's nothing dripping out of this. Yeah, right, I'll get the rest of this filled up now. And then the fun really begins, doesn't it? The exciting part. Okay, oil is in. We're now sat in the car. We've got some power to it. So you see in the interior now for the first time, it's quality. It really is. It's nice. Actually, like, it's a nice one. Right, so instructions. Oil level, we put the oil in. Right, so checking oil level. Connect diagnostic equipment to check oil temperature. Connected. Ensure selector level in P. In P. And parking brake applied. Start engine and allow to idle. Right, so let's put some battery to it. Look at all that digital clocks. It's so nice in here. I don't know. Not very happy about the parking brake. Right, how do you get the volume off? It's lovely. Look at them clocks. Great. Right. Right, okay, so we're going to start the engine. We're going to see now. You're going to see this vibration probably. So 83,000 kilometres that is, obviously. Right. So yeah, that vibration is still there. You can see the bonnet wobbling. This well sounds like Joe Massey's knackered to me. Proper sounds like it. Auxiliary battery malfunction. I'm not too concerned about codes or anything right now. Let's just see if we can check the oil level. Might take me a bit to figure this out, so I'll come back to you in a second when it's scanned and we can do stuff. Well, let's just give it a second. It's a right vibration. That it's idling perfect though. Plenty of charge volts. Right, hot functions. Hot reset, injector. So it's not in there. Suspension blade, TPMS. Oh, I escaped there. Right. Diagnose. We just want the gearbox really, don't we? Let's try this. The USPS drive unit. Try that. That didn't work. Yeah, bear with me. I'll have to have a mess around and see if I can. Alright, engine control, transmission control unit. Please wait. It's doing something. Yeah, transmission control for 8-speed dual clutch. I didn't really want trouble cores, but on live data. Park position cannot be engaged. Park position cannot be deselected. Control unit transmissions. Oh, they're all stored. No faults. Live data. General pressure sensor, engine speed. Yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me. I'll have a look through these settings, see if I can figure out how to do the transmission initialization. I'll come back to you. I'm struggling. I can't seem to find anywhere where I can do this transmission initialization. Basically all it does is checks the oil level. Top up as required. An increase, switch up in the ignition to using the just transmission oil. Ensure remove level plug. Alright, so there is a level plug as well. Allow stream of oil to reduce to a drip. If no fluid loss, top up as required. So it sounds like there's a level plug just like normal that I can remove to get the level right. So I don't know what this transmission initialization stuff is, but it doesn't appear like I can do it. Anyway, it's time to see if this thing will move. That's the be all and end all about it. So I don't know what's going on with the handbrake. It's flashing. It doesn't want to do anything. They probably manually disconnected it in the salvage yard. I'll have to try and figure that out. Anyway, let's see what happens. So obviously your gear sticks up here in drive. Oh, I felt it. It picked up drive. Yeah, that's cool. Sensors around it. It is moving. Yeah, it's moving. Yeah. So it does drive with oil in the gearbox. I've just pulled out the plug. Diagnostic plug. Let's get rid of that. Reverse. Nice camera. Yeah, it picks up drive fine. Okay. So perhaps my theory was right. That oil leak has been caused by carrying it around. Because I don't see how you get that perfect hole in the bottom of that filter without like a bit of a stone or something under there. And as they've pushed up against the under tray, it's pushed it and pierced that plastic. Can be the only thing, can't it? And it appears Joe Mass is knackered, because that's exactly how it feels. I know, well, it's in note, it's in part. when you rev it, it's just like a dual mass, that, honestly. I'm going to get a second opinion, but that's exactly what it sounds like to me. I don't think there's anything wrong with this engine at all. I don't want to rev it too much in case that dual mass fucking disintegrates. Sorry my language there. Yeah, we're going to... yeah, when you turn it off, you can hear it. It chatters as well. It chatters when you turn it off, as it stops spinning. Dual mass is knackered. That's my opinion. So the next step for this car is going to be gearbox out. That's going to be the next step. Which, yeah, it's probably going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be fun. So it's going to be a case of removing all that stuff. I would suspect we're going to have to, well, we're going to have to pop bottom arms off to be able to pull the shafts out. I bet we're going to have to drop the subframe. It's going to be a right kerfuffle, innit? And but first things first, get some research done. Figure out exactly what's in there. And that 100% sounds like a knackered dual mass flywheel to me. So yeah. Well, we've definitely made progress. It does move. It does move. There's no grinding anything. It's really positive as it picks up gear. So, yeah. Always a mystery, these cars from Salvage auction, but that's why I get them. It's good fun. It's a puzzle, isn't it? It's a puzzle. But this is going to be a great car. Fingers crossed. We'll get that gearbox out, and it does. And it is the dual mass. Put a dual mass and a clutch kit in it, clutch pack, whatever it is when it comes to dual clutch transmissions. I don't know exactly how they work. Whatever's in there, I need to look into it. Yeah, I need to do some research. But yeah, great stuff. Bit further along with it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Be back with another one soon with hopefully some kind of resolution in terms of what we're going to do moving forwards with this. And yeah, I need to do some research, I really do, try and figure out what's in there. Right, thank you as always for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled and make sure you're subscribed for the next episode in this A200d A-Class.